Welcome back to part 2 of making new window shades for living in my car. So after getting the basic outline for my new window shades from the original window shades, I went and sat in my car and just kind of adjusted the sizes of them by putting them against the windows, using a Sharpie to outline where they need to be trimmed down and then cutting them to size. I ended up having to remake these tiny windows, I think 3 times before I finally got a size that fit because these ones are just so wonky. The whole reason I'm redoing this project is because I wanted to add black onto one side of my window shades just to help with stealth camping. I originally was going to spray paint one side of my window shade black, but a friend who lives in Florida warned me that it might rub off onto my windows and I didn't want that happening. So I decided on getting a lightweight fabric from Joann Fabrics. I got a total of 3 yards, which was more than enough. I initially thought I would have to double up the layers to kind of hide all the reflective material, but once I put one layer on and compared it to my car window, you could not see anything. I then used Gorilla Glue to adhere the fabric to the one side of the reflective material, and honestly, I do regret this. The first time I did this project, I did the spray adhesive from Gorilla Glue, and that worked so much better. The glue itself was just very messy. The bottle leaked everywhere, and then it felt very clumpy underneath my fabric versus the spray adhesive was just smooth, easy to apply, and I felt that it kept the fabric on the material a lot better than the glue. And then the next step was adding tape to all of my edges to keep the fabric down but also create a border. I think long term this is going to protect the edges of my window shades and just make them last a lot longer than the first version of these that I made. For some reason, I had convinced myself that I used electrical tape on my first window shades, and after a few days, they were already coming up on the edges. And when I looked back, I used Gorilla Tape. This is what this project is made out of, is a lot of Gorilla products. So I ended up having to go back and redo all of the edges on my window shades with the Gorilla Tape, and it's just working so much better already. Anyways, I'm so sorry for making these 3 parts, but it's taken me a couple weeks to actually finish this project. So in the next part, I will show you what these look like in my car and just the overall setup with my window shades.